Hello, I'm Eliam.
I'm Eric.
I'm Parker.
And welcome to the Why Not podcast, where anything goes. I believe you have...
Alright, so, one thing that I was really excited for, actually, that just happened, because I love this animal with all of my heart, because I feel it self-represents.
Hold on, wait. Let's go over all the topics we're gonna cover today.
Okay, yeah. Alright, that makes sense.
Alright, so today we're gonna cover...
So my topic, we're gonna be talking about the manatee being planned to be removed from the endangered list.
Yes.
Let's see, my topic is gonna be what the Why Not podcast should vote, or who the Why Not podcast should vote for in the presidential elections.
And my topic is the fact that somebody, who I praise, is going to be making magnetic moonwalker shoes that can defy gravity. So,
Alright, so without further ado, let's get started on the manatee.
Ooh.
The U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service has proposed to remove the West Indian manatee from the endangered species list and reclassify it as threatened after significant improvements in its population and habitat conditions. Okay, don't play that video. The portly creatures were among the first species added to the list in 1972. There were only an estimated 1,267 manatees in Florida when the agency began aerial surveys of the population in 1991. Today, there are more than 6,300 in Florida, a 500% increase in the species population in the state, the service said.
I love manatees. I feel like they're just... unicorns in the skies, man.
So what are manatees? Are they whales or...
Okay, I did a report on them in 6th grade, so, I know a lot about
You're a manatee expert.
Yeah, they're
Would you be a manatee expert?
not at all. So they're their own... I think their race is, a sea cow. That's their, name
a sea
of
cow.
Their race. Dolphins have, porpoise... Manatees.
Dolphins are dolphin. Good old dolphins.
I said
dolphins. I know. I said dolphins are porpoises. So are manatees literally just sea cows? Or?
I think that's what they are.
You gotta love them sea cows.
But they've actually had a lot of other family. They used to have one that one type of manatee that was as big as a whale, but settlers who would settle in Alaska, I know it sounds weird, used to out, I think it was Alaska, some manatee expert is just gonna come and just destroy me.
Yeah, good old manatee expert.
Or someone
in the comments.
Wikipedia. And they would go into Alaska or something, and they would destroy this one big species of manatee because it provided lots of fat and meat for survival.
Oh man, that's just making my mouth water already.
Okay, that's terrifying.
I know.
So manatees, they're sea cows. What do manatees eat?
Manatees, all right. This is they eat seagrass or something. Yeah. So, people are saying it's good and bad news.
Why would manatees...
Okay.
Why is it bad news?
So the bad news is that federal officials took so long to accept the good news about the manatee's improvement. Martin said in a statement, I don't know who Martin is. We are glad to see that the manatee is doing well, but all taxpayers should demand that the government do much better going forward in following requirements of the Endangered Species Act. So what they're saying is that it's bad because they're not...
It's going to be okay to kill them again.
Yeah, I think that's what they're saying.
So it's kind of just they're repopulating only just to get killed again.
Yeah.
I think so. But it's only...
That'll be fun.
It was only a certain species, like they said in the beginning. It's only the West Indian manatee. And I think in, Florida, there's a few...
Dude, there's manatees in Florida?
My God!
My dreams are come true.
Manatees are only in Florida.
I didn't even know what a manatee was before this podcast, so...
You didn't even know what a manatee was?
You were briefing me on what a manatee was, and I was like, cool, okay.
You don't know what a manatee is?
No.
Alright.
I just realized that when I said unicorns in disguise, I thought you were talking about narwhals.
Wait
Wow, narwhals, like, my dad didn't believe narwhals exist. He thought they were, like, fake, like a unicorn, and I was like, no.
Nah, they're real. They're real.
They're totally real. Michael Bean, the manatee.
Relative to Mr.
I have no idea.
Mr. Bean.
The manatee is one of the most charismatic and instantly recognizable species, said Michael Bean, Principal Deputy Assistant Secretary.
That's a mouthful.
Damn, dude.
Assistant to the regional manager.
I know. For fish and wildlife and parks at the Department of the Interior.
Department of the Interior, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Wait, so they called manatees charismatic. Does that mean that it's like, hey, manatee lady?
No. They're like, what?
What?
You know what charismatic means, right?
Yeah.
What is it?
What does it mean, Eric?
Tell us what it means.
That thing?
It means really, like, energetic and, like, hypeful.
I don't think that's what
Like
charismatic
Watson.
means.
Like,
Watson.
yeah, dude, your dog's grown a lot.
Dog
I know, right?
I thought he was still, like, a little
pup.
Yeah,
Pop-up.
pop. I remember during the Constitution test.
Oh, yeah.
He was like a little munchkin. Yeah.
Okay. Google says charismatic means exercising a compelling charm that inspires devotion in others. Does not mean energetic.
That's
literally not what energetic means.
All right.
That's supposed to figuratively?
Well, anyways,
You're dead to me.
I know.
but if you watch videos of them, they're all like snuggly and stuff. They're really chill.
Well,
Unless you like come at them in aggressive ways, I think they're pretty chill.
So
Yeah.
don't come at manatees. That's what I'm hearing, or they'll mess you up.
They're coming back, dude.
Dude, manatee reunion.
Yeah.
Wait, is the narwhal endangered? I forgot.
Yeah, probably.
Let's see.
Because they have like that crazy. I was just about to call their little tooth a flute.
I mean, there's a trumpet right there, so
Yeah.
you know. Why does your sister have a trumpet?
I don't know. She stopped playing it like a few years ago.
Because it looks baller.
Okay, it does look pretty cool.
I think it had like a rose in it at some point.
Doesn't anymore. Literally just Matthew.
Like it was on its side. and
Okay,
there
so
were,
it's
like,
it's
roses.
near threatened.
Yeah, narwhals are near threatened. Dude,
Oh.
list of endangered species is probably really long, actually.
Damn.
Let's see.
Oh.
Dude, there's like candidates. Like, dude, you're almost on the list, but you're not quite dead enough to be on the list. It's like you're almost there,
Almost.
but not quite.
Yeah.
That's awful.
Oh, Canada.
What?
I just heard you say Canada.
I said candidate.
Oh, Canada.
I heard you said Canada too. I didn't.
Didn't say Canada.
Very sorry.
I literally. Oh my god, I'm so done. All right, should we move on to our next topic? Sure.
Yeah. That's
Eric, what do you got?
Let's see. We are gonna. So we're gonna use the CNN 2016 candidate matchmaker to find your presidential match.
Oh yeah.
All right,
BuzzFeed
Oh, yeah.
quizzes though.
it's CNN, so it's gonna be worse. All right.
Oh.
On Obamacare, is it killing the American healthcare system? Some of the reforms are okay, like ending pre-existing conditions, but most of it needs to go. It's not perfect, but it expanded health insurance coverage. It should be defended. It didn't go nearly far enough.
I think like the third one because it was. It's a good idea, but I don't think it was executed properly.
All right, so it's not perfect, but it expanded health insurance coverage. It should be defended.
Yeah.
All right, we will click that.
One sec. I'm gonna take my shoes off because everybody else is doing it.
All right, which of these is most important to you? Education, taxes, jobs, inequality, immigration, defense.
Wait, what are the options again? Sorry.
Education, taxes, jobs, inequality, immigration, defense. I almost said Texas instead of taxes, but
That really because it's like the situation we're in right now. I want to say defense because we're in pretty
podcast.
we're in a pretty poopy situation.
Poopy.
With Syria, and but however we will need more jobs in the future because unemployment is a really big deal right now.
all right, I think education is important. But Eliam, what do you think?
Personally, I think either inequality or jobs is important.
All right, we got 2 for jobs, so we're going to go for jobs. Next question.
Steve.
Climate change is a hoax, or at the very least, overblown. Climate change is happening, sure. Humans might even be responsible, but there's not much we can do to fix it. Climate change is an existential threat. Humans are to blame. We have to do something now.
I'd say
The
last one or the second to last one.
Shout out to Bosquet. We learned all about that.
Yeah, man.
All right. No one is exactly happy with the U.S. tax system. Here's how to fix it. The wealthy should pay a higher tax rate. There should be fewer tax deductions and lower tax rates. Taxes should go down, except for hedge fund managers. They should pay more. Everybody should pay essentially the same tax rate. Scrap the whole income tax system and tax based on how much they consume.
We're 14. We don't know anything about taxes.
But thank God we can solve for X.
I mean,
No, I mean, that's not the same thing at all. I mean, like, no, that can't be applied, but...
I think everybody should say that pay the same tax rate.
I mean,
Yeah. Well, actually, personally, I think the poor should pay less and the rich should pay more.
No, that is like, that's communism. That's communism.
Hail Russia! Okay.
That's literally communism.
That's... What is
it's
Well, the thing-
theoretically communism is sound, but right now theoretically
like theoretically it is, like economically it's like a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
But socially it's like
Yeah.
Communism. Noun. A political theory derived from Karl Marx, advocating class war and leading to a society in which all property is publicly owned and each person works and is paid according to their abilities and needs. So you're paid based on what you need and how well you can do your job.
But the thing is, why people don't like that though is that
We honestly, I think we need a mixture of communism and capitalism because it's kind of balancing each other out. With
well, we're
Alright, for those of you who don't know, capitalism is an economic and political system which a country's trade and industry are controlled by private owners for profit rather than by the state. So...
the U.S., basically. Well, currently the U.S. government is capitalist.
what?
Yes.
Yeah, it's capital.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
All right, I was
just like what?
I was so
Okay. Alright, back to the
Slowly sipping
quiz. Alright. Oh, did it restart?
Oh, did it really start?
It might have restarted. It did. Rip.
Damn it!
It's
Alright.
flash based.
Yep.
Whoa, it changed questions.
Yes.
Ooh.
It's not
Alright.
randomized.
That'll be fun.
4 states and Washington, D.C. have legalized recreational marijuana. What should the federal government do about pot? Legalize it, leave it up to the states. I'm not ready to make it legal, but the war on drugs has failed and it's time to reclassify marijuana so penalties for charge. The president should do everything in his or her power to fight efforts to legalize marijuana. It is a dangerous drug.
See, so the thing about marijuana is that it's such a weird thing to talk about because, so when you talk about like alcohol, the government has control over that. Like, but they used to not have control. Like, they couldn't tax it, they couldn't make income over it, and that's also a reason why the prohibition was the thing because people were making money off alcohol and the government couldn't. So they were like, no.
But then,
Which amendment was that?
18th.
Oh,
That was the 18th.
18th and 21st.
Wow, dude. Shout out to the Constitution test.
Get at me. All right.
Dude, what'd you guys score on the Constitution test?
I got -4.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, ouch.
I got -1.
I got -1 too.
God damn it. Anyway,
Get right, Liam.
I know. Anyway,
I think
remember that guy at Starbucks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You want to tell that story real quick?
Yeah, so basically, me, Eric, and Nick were at Starbucks sitting outside in the winter.
As you do.
Yeah, you know. Oh, and...
There's more fall, but like, alright.
Yeah.
It was, the Constitution test was more.
No, this wasn't during the
yeah.
Oh,
This is a different show.
okay.
Alright, Liam's telling you about these. So, me and Nick and Eliam were sitting outside, and we smell the distinct smell of marijuana. And so we're like, what is that? What does that smell? We were very confused. We were very confused. And then some a gentleman in a wheelchair rolls over, and Eliam at this point has left because he's afraid.
I was throwing away my cup.
No, you weren't. Me and Nick were sitting there, and the guy wheels around the corner. He's like, "Are you guys offended by that smell?" And we're like, "Well, yeah, it doesn't smell good." And then he's like, "Well, I can't take painkillers because of my condition." And we're like, "Okay, but it's polite to not do weed in public." So,
Do the weed.
do all the weed. So he's going on about how painkillers are poison and how our Starbucks drinks were poison. And at that point, I was drinking a tall frappuccino, Nick was drinking a venti coffee, which Nick regretted greatly because he couldn't sleep. But he was talking about how the sugar that they put in it was poison. And we were like, yeah, okay, trying to agree with him to get him to leave. And he finally left as he was saying, "You guys are being poisoned, and so is society." So
Yes, sheeple.
So and Liam comes back. He's like, "What was that all about?" And we tell him. So yeah, what are our thoughts on the legalization of marijuana?
I mean, okay, so I think it, there's too much debate over it. Like, okay, just let it happen. I mean, just make sure people don't smoke and drive, I guess, or just don't.
As long as people can't get their hands on it easily.
I think it should be fine. Like, don't make it like I'm gonna go down to the local weed shop and get me. I mean, that's already how it is. But I mean,
so legalize it.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Dude.
Okay, we're back to
more taxes.
It's the same question. Wealthy should pay higher tax rate. There should be fewer tax deductions and lower tax rates. Taxes should go down, except for hedge fund managers. Everybody should pay essentially the same tax rate. Scrap the whole tax income system. So we're gonna go with everyone should pay the same tax rate.
Yes,
sure. Why not?
Climate change. Just pick the same.
Back to climate change.
Honestly,
Obamacare.
I don't get why Republicans are like thinking that global warming is a myth.
Well, not all Republicans.
Well, some Republicans, you know, like.
We don't know who you're talking about.
No. So, like, I've heard in a few.
There's people in the government who think, who genuinely don't think climate change exists. Like, I think, it's really crazy.
Yeah, it's
a little bit.
Okay.
Apparently, a guy, I think it was in China, he walked around for a week with a vacuum. And sucked up all the smog, and at the end of that week...
That was fake.
Oh, never mind. Goodbye!
Gets shut down. Yeah, no, we decided it was fake. American troops have been deployed in the Middle East for more than 14 years. What should the next president do? Bring the American troops home. We are at war with radical Islam. We need new combat troops in the Middle East to deal with the terror threat there. There shouldn't be any new combat troops right now. The president needs to be open to new ideas. The U.S. should work with an international coalition and deploy the American military, but not ground troops.
Okay, so I think I really think we just need to work on. Okay, so I might get a lot of hate for this, but I don't think we should just go all up in arms. So I'm more towards the third one. Like, I definitely think we should have defense, and we should.
We should always have defense.
Yeah,
but I'm more defense because it's very hard to track these these radical Islam little cells that aren't connected to ISIS, but they're they admire them, you know.
Yeah, they kind of split.
They're copycats.
Yeah, exactly. We can't track that, so I think if we could somehow find, and this is all theoretical because I'm not the president, but if we could somehow find a way to deal with them, I think that'd be very helpful. But I don't think we should. I mean, but we already are. Well, I mean, I don't think we should go out in an all-out war.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's my opinion.
Maybe your thoughts. Nothing.
No, honestly, I just think we should just basically what he said. Just
right.
Yeah.
All right. So there shouldn't be any new combat troops. The president needs to be open to new ideas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Next question. Oh boy, this one. Abortion is still one of the most. Abortion is still one of the most diverse issues in politics. What do you think? Abortion is never okay. Abortion is never okay, but it should be allowed in some cases. The Supreme Court has made abortion legal, and the government should protect that right.
Honestly,
this goes back to the whole pro-choice or pro-life.
Yeah, it's honestly, it's the woman's choice. If it's like it was. One sec.
Words.
Words, yes. Honestly, it's like I said, it's just the woman's choice. If she doesn't want to have the kid and it was a complete accident, what have you, it should be her right to, like. Icky, please not. It should be her right to, abort the baby.
I'm not saying this because I'm against abortion. I'm just saying this just as part conversation. A lot of people say that abortion, you are killing a child, and I know I'm personally for abortion because I think you should have a choice. But a lot of people are saying, at what point in pregnancy are you literally killing an infant? Because, I mean, that's all it is. It's just behind closed doors. You don't see it happening, but that's what you're doing.
Yeah.
Well, it depends. Like, if it's just a few weeks into...
But even if you're, like, a couple weeks from having your child...
That's, like, yeah.
You're kind of committed, but things come up, like, and you just can't stop it, so...
Yeah. At that point, yes, you are technically taking a life, but not...
But I don't know, man, because that makes you really think when you... But, like, even in the very beginning, when you just have, like, egg, and, I just don't think that, like... I don't know. I'm for abortion, like, have your choice, but still, I think it's really dicey, So...
Okay, so we're going for the government should protect your right.
Yeah.
All right. Next question. President Obama has established an embassy in Cuba to stop short of ending the trade embargo there. 60 years is long enough, and the trade embargo with Cuba. It has been a long time, but the Cuban government still is repressive. New diplomatic ties are fine, but keep the embargo in place. Cuba is a repressive regime. Keep the embargo until the government there changes.
I think we should just end the embargo. The 60 years is long enough.
Yeah, we just need to...
60 years, that's...
Yeah,
that's long.
It's just... That's crazy.
Next question. What sort of person would make the best president? The presidency is an important job, and you can't do it if you don't know how to lead. We need someone with experience at many levels of federal government. We need a legislator, someone who knows the laws and has helped debate, write, and pass them. It's a management job, really. Governors make the best presidents. Politicians have screwed everything up. Let's look outside the government.
So
I assume that Trump is on the last one.
No, you're not. Don't. That's biased, Eliam.
I know. No, I'm just saying I assume that Trump is on the last one.
Yeah, but just don't...
But not knowing that it was Trump. Knowing who these candidates are talking about.
Yeah, I'm not being biased in this.
So, I mean, if you look at the presidency, there's really not that much power. I mean, don't get me wrong, they are the president of the United States. They can, they can pass bills, they can not pass bills.
Yeah, but, Congress is kind of calling the shots.
Checks and balances, that's what...
But you have to admit more powers in Congress and the House of Representatives than the president.
Right. Yes.
I feel like the presidency is more of a management job. I don't feel like it's that important.
Eliam, your thoughts?
May I see that? Personally, I think that we should just have somebody who's who has experience in politics.
Okay. So so you want a legislator, someone who...
Yeah.
All right.
I'll go with Eliam's. Yeah.
Okay. What should Washington do about the 11 million undocumented immigrants in the U.S.? There should be a pathway to citizenship for the undocumented immigrants in the country illegally. These people have families in the U.S. And there should be a new legal status. Not a pathway to citizenship, but for some of them. They broke the law. People in this country illegally should be removed, and they can get in the back of the line.
Honestly, I'm kind of for illegal immigration, because they're kind of like, in my opinion, kind of like the backbone of this economy, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah, I agree, because I think, I think there should be a way for them to get citizenship, because, ethicalness, I don't know, because I feel like when you say, oh yeah, there's a problem with illegal immigrants, well, the thing is, God
damn it, the dog. I'll be back.
The thing is that most of them, they're taking, our blue-collar jobs, and which is good because we have no one else to fill them.
Right, yeah.
And that's not being racist. That's just
it's fact.
Yeah, it's fact. So I really think there should be a way for them to become actual citizens.
Wait, what were you saying? Sorry.
We were just talking about the illegal.
All I heard was it's just... God damn it! Okay.
Pick the scariest. China, intrusive federal government, radical Islam terrorism, the national debt, climate change, nuclear weapons in the wrong hands.
Nuclear weapons.
Nukes.
Okay. Which of these is most important to you? We're back to education, taxes, jobs. Inequality. Jobs. All right. Drumroll, please. Okay.
We got.
Let's see. First, according to CNN's presidential who you should vote for, we should vote for Hillary Clinton. Let's see. Second place, Martin O'Malley. Third place, Bernie Sanders.
Yeah,
we are
Bernie.
Definitely a Democratic.
Yeah, we're really hardcore Democrat.
Let's see.
O'Malley. That kind of sounds like a Scooby-Doo villain.
Let's see.
It does.
Let's see. So, Bernie Sanders is in favor of legalizing marijuana. Nobody that we picked was in favor of, what is this? Paying the same tax rate. Let's see. All three, Hillary, Martin, and Bernie, believe that climate change is a big threat and that humans are to blame. Let's see. Hillary and Martin both thought that Obamacare should be expanded. No one thought that we should come up with new ideas for the Middle East. All of them believe that your right for abortion should be kept. All of them believed that we should end the embargo with Cuba. Let's see. Hillary and Bernie thought that we need someone who knows how to make laws and pass them, who's done that. Let's see. They all thought that it should be more easy for illegal immigrants to become citizens. Hillary and Martin both think that nuclear weapons in the wrong hands are the scariest. And they all thought that jobs were the most important. Okay. So
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah.
that's actually it's a cool thing. If you're unaware of all the presidential candidates, you should take that and you'll be able to
Educate.
We'll put in the link.
educate yourself. Put in the link them.
Yeah.
Okay, so for the last, well, not last, but for my topic is that somebody created moon boots that defy gravity, and it says here that at one sec. It's actually called the 2016 Moonwalker. It relies on N45 or neodymium magnets, which are among the most powerful permanent magnets known. So that's interesting. And the magnets range from 1 to 2 inches in diameter, and they're strong enough to move 27 pounds.
27 pounds and
Wait,
2-inch diameter.
but they're
circle.
boots.
Each one.
Oh.
So there's a bunch on the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, each magnet can hold 20.
Yes.
All
So
right,
yeah.
okay.
basically, how this works.
Yeah. Each boot consists of 12 to 13 magnets.
All right. So what I'm thinking, how this works is, basically, you stand on a metal floor, and the magnets are turned upside down, so they repel the magnetic floor. So you walk, but it's like you can't actually step. Or it's harder to step onto the ground, which simulates the effect of zero gravity.
Yeah,
You can carry on.
basically. Let's see. Apparently it was... Wait. It's more than $141,000.
So to simulate the effects of anti-gravity, $141,000.
Yeah,
That's
that's actually kind of cheap.
Let's see. Hold on.
That's $141,000.
Yeah, it costs like more than $1 million to send somebody to the moon. So it's a comparatively small price to pay.
So $141,000.
Which is more than 7 times more than the company's initial goal of 20,000. Oh wait, no, sorry. That one sec. Continue.
Or you could pay about $5,000 and actually feel zero G. You go, basically how this works is they take a plane and they gut the half the interior.
Yeah.
And they gut half the interior. So there's like an area where you just sit, and basically the plane it takes off, and then it
Oh, I've seen that.
it goes up. It goes up, and then at that up where you're being pushed against the
wall.
the wall or your seat, kind of like how in a roller coaster when you're going up, you're leaning back, you're being pushed against your your chair, and then when it starts to descend, you float. You start to float.
Yeah, you experience free fall.
You experience free fall. We learned about that in Bosquet this week.
Yeah, shit too.
Mention that 8th grade science class.
I'm back.
Watching. So you go down, and it happens. You go up and down about 4 times, and you experience zero G, and it's $5,000, and you get to experience zero gravity, which is a very rare experience, and I think it's really cool. And if I had the money, I'd definitely do it.
Yeah, I'd do it too. I think these moon boots, though, I think they're a little bit gimmicky. Like, I don't know. I don't feel like they're that cool.
They sound like something that you'd find in a video game.
Yeah, I mean, like, to be honest, they sound like that, the freaking, the quote-unquote, like, hoverboard, that, like, one of the car companies was gonna release, but then it's only on, like, certain services or whatever.
It's only on magnetic repellation services.
Oh my god, this dog, though. Holy, this dog. Alright.
Dude, I guess you could say he needs to go back to elementary. Because his name's Watson.
Oh. Alright, that's pretty good.
Laugh at my jokes.
I don't know, but yeah, it's pretty alright.
It just sounds like something that, you'd find in a video game. It sounds like, dude, you found moon boots.
Dun, dun, dun. Well, Watson's outside now, so we don't have to worry about him anymore.
So another just off-topic thing we can mention while on this topic of, like, food-assisted movement, I guess, is, like, these hoverboards that are going around, dude. These are crazy.
Wait, the ones where... wait, hold on.
Hashtag back to
Explain a
future.
hoverboard.
Okay, so these hoverboards are probably the ones you've been seeing on Vine, where usually this 21-year-old person who looks kind of, to say, rude person, let's just say that, is on...
person you wouldn't want to be friends with.
Yes, and they're on a hoverboard, which is basically, it looks like a little... diagonal, I guess would be the word, skateboard. Okay, there is a Okay.
It works the same way as a hoverboard or a Segway does. You lean forward and everything goes.
But there's no, like, handle. There's no, like, little handle thing. And so those are really interesting. And they're getting banned in, like, Disneyland and stuff.
In London, you can't legally ride them on the sidewalk or in the street. So they're not technically banned, but you can't ride them out in public, like, at all.
No, that's
I think I saw one of us. I forget whose dad, but I think I saw someone's dad in Silhouette, like in the front of the school, riding one of those.
That would be amazing. Just a dad driving his kid to school on a hoverboard.
Yeah. I was like walking to my back, and just like, dude, I envy you.
Dude, you look cool on your hoverboard bench for like 8-year-olds.
I feel like if I had one of those, I'd just fall on my face every single time I used it.
And then now they're like exploding. Like,
they're literally exploding.
The knockoffs from China are literally exploding. Like, not exploding, like getting popular, like actually fire and death.
Death. Yeah. Actually, at school, I saw a 7th grader walking by with one of their posters.
Sure.
It was on the topic of hoverboards exploding.
And then...
I was like, you're
and then the
relevant. So relevant.
And then the poster exploded.
Yeah.
All right, so what's your...
Alright, so I thought this would just be interesting because the lottery has been up in the news lately with Powerball being like, what was it? It was like... It was
1.3 billion...
Yeah, my dad...
After tax, I think?
Yeah, my dad.
It was insane. It was crazy. I don't know if the Power... Yeah, I know, the Powerball's... only U.S., I guess. But for any of you who aren't in the U.S., the Powerball is basically a it's sort of like a bingo type of thing, I guess. Not really. I mean, all right. So you go to like a liquor store, or you go to a machine here in the U.S. and you select Powerball, and you get a Powerball, and it'll give you like 10,
five numbers. It's 4 numbers. It's 4, you can either choose them, I believe, or you can get random numbers, and then there's one special ball, it's the Powerball, that's where it got a name. And, basically there's a drawing, and there's the 4 numbers, and if you get the Powerball, then you get some prize, and if you get certain combinations of each of them, then you get, different varying amounts of money. And if you can get all 4 numbers and the Powerball, you would win you'd win the grand prize, which you see in all of them.
Yeah, you see, which was the
1.3 billion.
Anyways, this story has nothing to do with the Powerball.
Oh, okay.
I thought it'd be interesting to mention that just as a topic. I actually saw this on the news. A man who claims he bought a $63 million winning ticket in the California lottery is suing, saying he was told the ticket was too damaged and disallowed for the jackpot. Brandy Milliner of Los Angeles County says that he purchased a Super Lotto Plus ticket at a 7-Eleven in Chatsworth, California on August 8th, 2015, which he matched the winning numbers.
Sorry, okay, hold on, Parker. Eliam, he just walked in, and you know those little green army men?
Yeah.
He just walks in with a handful of them, but they're all just like tan,
and he just drops them on the table.
He just takes them and just he just goes drops them on the table.
I just found them on my bed and I was just like, what the hell?
Okay, so he just found them on his bed.
Yeah.
So
that's cool. And anyway, so this dude, he's really angry because, okay, but the 7-Eleven employee was like, you can't even see the numbers. You can't even, he's like, a 7-Eleven employee, described the ticket as torn, washed, and a little burned.
A little burned.
You can't see the numbers. You can't even read the barcode.
And barcodes, like, you can have, like, a sliver of it, and it'll still be able to read it. If you can't read a barcode, it's not there.
Yeah, you can't.
I'd like to imagine the guy, he put the ticket, like, in his pocket, and then he washed his pants, and then he's like, so
I'm gonna burn this.
He had his numbers memorized. He's like, okay, those are my numbers. And then the drawing came, and he's like, oh, dude, no, that's my ticket. And so he's trying to find it. And he goes, and it's like, it went through the wash. But he's like, you could still, like, kind of, that might be a 6 a little bit.
Yeah.
Dude, this'll work.
But yeah, he was very angry about it, but he basically, the point of it is, he's suing the, he's suing the lotto company, and, once again, for all you people who aren't in the U.S. or they don't follow lottery, does SoundCloud go not in the U.S.?
Eric, cut here. All right. We're assuming people are going to be in the U.S. for this.
All right. Well, I didn't know if
all right. Eric,
anyway,
cut here.
So the money will go back to California public schools if the lottery money doesn't get taken. So
if no one claims, if someone wins and then doesn't claim the money, then the lottery goes to the California school system,
or if it goes after a certain number of weeks or a certain number of money is earned or something.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see.
That's all of our topics.
All right.
So.
All right. I think that's all of our topics. So we're gonna go ahead and sign off.
Wait,
yeah. Do you have another topic, Liam?
Well.
Oh boy. Alright, I have a story about me being really proud of myself today. So today
is the 6th of February.
Yeah, today's the 6th of February, just for anyone watching. So we in Nevada, we have like this special school called
Marin School of the Arts.
Yeah, Marin School of the Arts. Where basically, if you're really talented at something, like if you're really talented, like playing the cello, or you're really talented at singing, or playing an instrument, you'll go to this really special school, and you have to audition for it, and it's really for like the elite of the elite. Eric's getting a webpage.
Let's see. I'm pulling up the website. There's 8, I want to say, disciplines that you can apply for. Hold on. Let's see. Creative writing, dance, cinematic arts, music, product design, theater, and visual arts. So, cinematic arts is film and video. Visual arts is like painting and pottery and all
and
that
then
stuff.
Product design is like it's kind of weird to talk about. It's like tech, and it's like fabrication.
It's fabrication, basically. It's like wood shop and
nerdy things.
Yeah, and you learn CAD and AutoCAD by Autodesk.
Yeah, and so that's a
computer assisted.
Yeah, that's a quick synopsis. So yeah, you have to audition for it, and these auditions are known to be super intense, and you usually get your result a month after.
Yeah, we're supposed to get our results in about 2 weeks, I believe.
And so I go in there, and I bring my robot and my 3D printed stuff just to show hey, I can do stuff. And this teacher, he's just loving me. He's like, dude, you need to go check out the laser cutter in the shop. And so we go to the shop, and he shows me the laser cutter.
I don't think he showed anyone else the shop. So.
Oh yeah, he loved me, dude. And he was like, dude, you need to check out this project I'm working on. He showed me something he's working on with what
was he working on?
It's like an arcade booth or something. And he was gonna put a camera in it, and then you put it around the school so people would look at it, and people, I don't know.
You could play it.
Yeah, and people would see it. And
what did you bring in?
So I brought in a 3D printed robot that I didn't design, but it's a little articulating robot. You can probably find it on Thingiverse.
We'll find it and link it in the link down.
All right, yeah. And so I brought in that, and then I brought in not a 3D printed, a battle bot I built with a few of my friends. Eliam's actually not in the group, but
we're Alliance.
Yeah, he's in the class. And so I brought that in, and he was really interested, dude. And this teacher, he loved me. He was like, so what do you want to be when you grow up? And I'm like, okay, I want to be a software engineer. And he gave me this whole thing about software engineers, and he's teaching me everything he can. And so at the very end, and keep in mind, you get your results a month after, and it's supposed to be super confidential, super important, and super serious.
Yeah.
And so he just tells me at the end of the audition, basically I got in.
He writes down yes on the paper and shows
and he's just like, dude, look, and he just shows me that I got in, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, and in contrast, I had mine about an hour before we're recording
this podcast.
Thank you for that. Basically, I walk in, and some kid, I don't know his name, is he's doing his audition, and I'm like, all right, I'll wait outside, and then this kid walks out, and then I walk in, assuming it's my turn, because mine's at 1:15, it's like 1:13, so I'm like, oh, it probably ended early. I walk in, he's like, Lucas, right? I'm like, oh,
Sure.
I've messed up. And then another kid who, this Lucas walks in, he's like, I think there's a line. I'm like, oh, oops. So they're like 40 minutes behind, so I'm sitting outside, so I sat outside for like 40 minutes. He's like, Eric, it's your turn. I'm like, okay, hoity-toity-toy. And I walk in, and then I show my box, and I built a box for a player piano roll, and he's like, oh, this is really cool, and he was like, if we had built this with a laser printer, we could like made it precise.
A laser cutter.
Laser printer. Good old laser printers.
Yeah.
A laser cutter. And he's like, yeah, we could have made it like precise, and I was like, alright, that's cool. And then he's like, let me see your design. And my design's for like augmented reality glasses that show you an overlay of the sky, the night sky. So you
That's baller.
right? It sounds really cool.
That's really cool.
And he's like, well, why not just use your phone and just like my phone there? I was like, well, because that's not as fun. And so he's like, all right, thanks for coming. I'm like, okay. So I literally just walked out. Yeah, my auditions, they're like surprisingly, they don't ask many questions. Like you'd think they'd be asking like,
my instrumental music audition, they didn't ask me anything.
Yeah, I got no questions. Like, I walked in, I was like, hi, guys. Or, I was like, hi. He's like, hi. And then he's like, what are you going to play? Or he's like, play your scales. I'm like, okay. He's like, what are you going to play? I'm like, this song. It was Nocturne. And...
You go all Benny Goodman?
No.
Oh.
And then he's like, okay, play it. I'm like, okay. And then he's like, all right, now read this music. And then you get like a minute to read this. And then... we'll play it. And I played it like 3 times, and he was like, okay, we're done. I'm like, okay.
I mean, like, for me, it was more, like, I did the same thing,
sure.
But I don't think I'm gonna get in, because I played my scales, and I did my scales pretty bad, not gonna lie.
Like, scales, it's literally
so
just notes.
I had, yeah, scales are notes, dude.
As is every musical
I
piece
8 notes.
ever.
So I played like C harmonic minor, and I played the cello, right? So I played C harmonic minor, and then I played like the lower octave on that, which I didn't really know how to play, so I had to improvise on the spot. So it was a little bit rusty. And then I think I played B flat harmonic minor, and then B flat natural. Then that was like 3 of the 9 scales we had to practice for the audition. And then I played my song pretty well. And then sight reading wasn't horrid, but it wasn't great. Like, he was trying to give me a rhythm, and I wasn't really following it, so that was cool. Yeah.
Who's the is the strings teacher the same as the
Yes.
is it the same as the concert band teacher or the jazz band teacher?
He auditioned a flutist? A flautist?
Oh, a flautist.
Yeah, a flautist. Afterwards, and
Flauta.
That's a funny name, flautist.
I'm pretty sure it's not flautist, but
I'm pretty sure it is, though.
yeah, okay.
1 second, I'll ask Siri.
No, you're not gonna ask Siri. All right, so yeah, and then I had my
for you.
Okay, I had my cinematic arts auditions. I applied for 3 things, so I had 3 auditions, which has been very stressful. But Mr. Ornstein, who's the I guess the principal at MSA, which
Principal.
I mean, he's not really a principal, but he's the leader.
Isn't like no,
in charge of
it's
MSA.
Mr.
Peabody?
Yeah, Mr. Peabody
doesn't work there ananymore.
What?
I'm like, he might work there now, but so basically,
I'm sorry, I'm dying.
the way MSA works is there's instead of or you go to Novato High, you're a Novato High student, and then you take you take all your general ed classes. So you take your English and your history and your science and your math and your PE, and then you take extra periods. So you take 7 periods instead of like 5 or 6. So you take your periods, and it's just your arts classes. So it's whatever your focus is. So basically, there's the principal of Novato High. Sorry, Siri just opened. There's a principal of Novato High, and then Mr. Ornstein is like in charge of MSA. So they kind of like work together, but Mr. Ornstein, like, I show him my video, and I use the video of when we did a surprise party for Eliam.
Oh, I remember that.
And,
Shit.
That's my jam.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm playing Neko Atsume, which is a kitty collector. I love this game.
great. Alright, so,
Yo, for all you Neko Atsume players out there,
so,
yeah.
like, one,
I feel
that,
like-
that
yeah, that one person.
So yeah, my Mr. Ornstein's like, all right, show me a video. He's like, okay, and then I wrote like a
That fat cat, though.
I wrote like a 4-page story about a camera that can see like into the future, and he like, I could tell he was like trying to get everyone done. So I didn't even like bring it up. So he was like, "Do you have?" He didn't even ask if I had another thing. So I was like, "Okay." So he didn't even read my story.
Look at that cat.
Yeah. So, but he was like, all right, do you like writing? Basically, he asked every single person, do you like writing? And I said, like, yeah, kind of. But if I'd gone, I went first in the group. But if I'd gone, like, third, I would have been like, I would have known that he's asking everyone. Like, he asked everyone, do you like to write? Because apparently they need a bunch of writers. But if I had gone third, I'd be like, yes, I love writing. But, you know, you can't really stop that. So, yeah, that's my story time. Anyone else have any stories? No?
No, I think we're pretty much done.
Alright, I think we're pretty much done. So
Will we come back like
we'll talk about our
Yeah.
audition results in a later podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we're gonna sign off now.
Yeah, so this has been the Why Not podcast with Parker.
Eric?
Eliam.
And we hope you all had a great time listening
And,
to our podcast. And yeah.
Thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Good day.
Good day indeed.